What's up to Lion Talk Live? We love you too, buddy.
What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's up, everybody? It's Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron, a.k.a. First Ballot.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Do Crew. This is Ball Hawk Ifeatu Melifonwu of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live and Coach Dan by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody, woo!
I love nothing more than watching Lions Talk Live every morning. Woo!
All right, greetings and salutations to everybody out there in YouTube land. I am your host once again, Dan Thornton, coming at you with a kind of a halftime report, I guess you could say, middle of the day, get you guys a little bit of updates. Many of you have left the morning show, went over to the Brad Holmes presser, and I thought there were some real nice aspects that Brad Holmes, sort of like MCDC, real upfront about things. I get MCDC is probably more so than Brad Holmes just because of the nature of their jobs and positions, but I do think it was really telling that Brad Holmes came out right off the bat. You know, one of the first things that he answered is like, hey, this is a Super Bowl season for us. This is our goal this year. We're putting everybody on notice. That's what our mentality, that's what we're here to do. That is the objective of this team and the organization. When is the last time, I'm going to ask anybody watching this, that you had the Detroit Lions general manager come out and so vehemently pound the table and say, yeah, we're coming after you, San Francisco. We're coming after you, Green Bay, Chicago, Minnesota. We're coming after your moms in the stands. We're coming after your dads in the parking lots. Whatever we're going to do, whoever we got to beat down, we're going to come after you, and we're going to drop a big elbow off the top rope on you. It was kind of the way the speech went, although maybe he did a little bit more, mild and monotone than that. But what I can say is I thought it was a real good thing a week before the NFL season starts to have a general manager come flat out and put everybody on the NFL. If we're playing you, we're coming for you. We don't care who you are. We don't care who your quarterback is. They're going to go down. And he goes through a lot of details in it. I encourage you, even if you don't want to watch the whole press conference, check that out. The next thing he made mention was that the Lions, his phone, the front offices for the Detroit Lions were obliterated with calls from agents for wide receivers who want to come to the Detroit Lions. He did not name names. I did reach out to a couple people in Detroit-based media about this, and at least nobody as of right now has responded. But it does sound like the Lions had their choice of several, potentially 8 to 10 different wide receivers that could have come in. So they really went out of their way to pick, Tim Patrick earlier, Allen Robinson, etc. They could have accepted other people, and for whatever reasons, they chose these guys. If you missed the morning show earlier today, we had all 22 sports come on, did a real big analyzation, did a video before the trade even happened when Tim Patrick was still with the Broncos about him. And I agree with a lot of his assessments on Patrick and among other people we chatted about this morning. I think Patrick is going to fit a very specific role for this team. And assuming he is healthy, like every NFL player, he's going to help out quite a bit. Allen Robinson, we'll see, where things shake out. Isaiah Williams, I think we all get the Lions receiving core is vastly different than it was just days ago. The other thing I would say, if you want to check out Brad's presser, he does go into a little bit of more intimate details about why they chose certain guys to be on the 53-man roster versus the practice squad. He does talk about how they are using the practice squad to the best of their abilities to help this year's team as good as possible. So I think Brad Holmes, we all get it. This guy is constantly playing, chess, not checkers. He's always thinking 3 or 4 moves ahead of time. One thing we've talked about in the morning show for, a couple months now, is I think the Lions intentionally only kept a couple of real receivers that were options to make this team versus going out and trying to acquire more during the offseason, because they believe if they could hoard talent on the offensive line and other spots he mentions, that put their team in a better position. He says it without saying it, that he felt the Lions would be able to address the receiver depth issue without a problem once cuts came out and before the season. So many people have been speculating in Detroit media and national media the Lions may still make a move or two before the season. I would say it's very possible. I don't have any kind of word or information if we're going to go after this person or that person, so I can't give you that. But I do really like the fact, again, just to reiterate, that Brad Holmes, your general manager, my general manager, the Detroit Lions, head honcho, is coming out and showing such confidence and support for this team, the coaching staff, the players. And he is aware he is putting us in the line of fire by making such bold statements and predictions. You always, as a coach or as a player, I can say this every time I've coached or played somewhere or been a general manager, I can say I'm always going to make those statements. The only thing I would do a little differently is I'd be like, man, our record is we have 0 wins until we go out and earn one. That's probably the one thing I would do different. But I would also say this to everybody. You got a head coach, a general manager that's willing to put your butt in the line of fire like that. I think that lights a fire under the team to go out and just do a little bit more. Let's real quick get over to the Duke Crew, the comment section, see what you guys have to say about this. But it'll be interesting to see what everybody's takes on it. I get there's already some people kind of blasting Brad Holmes saying, man, don't do that to your team. Don't, put them in harm's way like that. Don't, antagonize other teams. I'm going to come back and throw the opposite view at it. Not that they're wrong, but I'm also going to say this is my take on it. I want that fire lit under every coach, every person in the front office, every trainer, every secretary, parking attendant. I don't care if it's a guy, selling Mountain Dew in the stands. We want to make sure everybody feels that intimidation when they play us. They look across that field. We're knocking you down. I got to watch my words. All right. Let's see. Chrome, what up, Joe? What up to you? Giovanni, woo! Big woo to you too. Big D, what do you got? What up, Coach? What up to you too? And thanks for the message yesterday, by the way. Walt, what's up, Coach? Woo! Bo, woo! Duke Crew, I'm a buzz to hear the word. All right. Well, I'm assuming most of you have seen the presser, but I can't confirm that, obviously. Dennis, hey, Dan and Duke Crew, back at you. Hetman, good morning, Dan and the Motley Duke Crew. Yes, it is a great day, and hopefully you are still getting awards for that thumbnail. Dimitri, Dan, woo, woo, woo. There we go. All the above. Chrome, Hatman. Hey, Chrome. Haven't seen you in a bit. It has been a couple days, I guess. Silver Surfer, good day, Coach, and everyone else. Back at you. Michael Herman Moore wants to sit up now? ? Laughing out loud. That might be possible. That he wants to come out and give you a couple plays. Maybe you can get him for like 5-6 plays a game. Maybe get Calvin for 10. Hey, man, you've impacted the game quite a bit right there. Dennis, Super Bowl. Who? Laughing out loud. Bo, never. Let's see. Dimitri, Lions fam, let's go. 100%. I got to imagine everybody is going to be pretty dang pumped for a week from Sunday night, that game. I will do the live. I'll probably make the link either today or tomorrow and put it up. So if you guys want to, put the notifications on, I guess let me know. Do you want a half-hour pregame show or what are your thoughts? You guys let me know and we'll go from there. Walt, I'm 77. It's time for us to do it. Yes, it is. We got to get it done for you. Hatman, we have the best owner, best GM, coaching staff, and team. Woo, woo. I'll go with all the above, my friend. Bo, if you build it, they will come, and I think they have. They have built an organization that at this point, if you just judge it off the last 3 or 4 years, has to be near the top of the NFL. I get the past, the history is going to weigh us down, but if you go by just this regime, you go by everything they've done, I would say, yeah, you're putting us in rare air towards the top. See, Dennis, yes, Perryman, Macho Man, Dan off the top rope. I'll go with that. And man, let me see if I can, dig it up for you. Just because what I really do need to this weekend, maybe with the holiday, I'll work on a little bit more of these. So there you go, little Macho Man for you, and I'll even clean that up while you're taking that off. Oh yeah, I'll work on it for sure. All right, Salima, he said that with conviction and without hesitation. Yes, he did, and to me, that's the more impressive part about it is that you could tell he really believes and he wants to put this team in a mindset that, hey, it's business time. There's no off games. You're done being young. It's time to grow up. It's all to play like, vested veterans. If they got to make some adjustments, they will. And I thought that was the other telling comment. If we have to make some adjustments, we will. Does that mean Brad Holmes might pull the trigger on 1 or 2 other things? I guess we'll wait and see. Let's see. Bo, Detroit, the destination of destiny. I'll go with that. Lion fan, we will take your candy. Super Bowl, 100%. I'll take the candy for sure, man. Especially if it has sugar in it. Perryman, it was a very, quote, intriguing presser. Yeah, and I thought for him to make some of these statements, for him to, be so physically emotional with some of the statements, I thought that shows how much he's into this. Brian, if you had your choice and if you had to took Robinson, you're definitely playing checkers, not chess. Yeah, and that's the other thing, Brian. The fact that they got inundated with so many wide receivers looking to come to Detroit, because I think, we talked about it when the cuts happened. If you're a sound wide receiver that believes you have some ability, want to revitalize your career or whatever, you see the primary weapons in Detroit's offense, you see what they have, why wouldn't you want to be the number 3 or 4 guy there? Because you could probably have some real good run, press, stats, not a lot of burden on you. The defenses can't really focus on you. It's interesting with the choices they made. I get, like I said, Tim Patrick, I do get that and support it 100%. I think the risk to reward there, especially when you look at the contract and the fact he reduced his salary to come to Detroit. Robinson, hey, hometown guy trying to make good for one more, season. Let's see what shakes. Brand Holmes is a global perspective. Yeah, it has a global perspective, seeing a big picture, still able to concentrate on the details. Yeah, and he's always trying to outthink other people, which I think he does a great job with. Dr. Detroit, I agree with that statement. So, hey, for once in a while, I get something right. Don Burr, Brand Holmes did the right thing. We have a goal, exclamation point. And it's a big one. It is for sure. Dr. Detroit, 0 wins so far. Correct. You've got to earn wins. They are not given. And that's where I think MCDC and the coaching staff, they'll do a good job of keeping the guys up to snuff. Let's see. Josh, what do you got? Brad said it with confidence. Yes, he did. Not an attack. That's a boss/alpha move. I would agree with that. Betas just won't understand it. Yeah, but you also get people are going to use that against you. I would be doing it if I was a coach against the Detroit Lions. Same with the media. It's going to happen. So going in, making that statement, what you're doing for your team and also what you're giving other teams. So, hey, you got to live with it, man. You don't like it, get out of the fire. And I think he's trying to put everybody on the team, coaches to the players, to the training staff, in the fire to make them go just a little bit harder. See, Chrome, Hatman, what up, dope? Dave, ready for the season? Green Bay will lose in Brazil. I think there's a strong possibility of that. And yeah, I'd hate to be one of those teams on the travel plan, but at least they get a couple of days to kind of reacclimate. See, Michael D, good morning, coach. Half hour would be fine. Oh yeah. Well, you probably got me for about another 2 minutes or so, Michael. So I'll see what I can do. Dr. Detroit, best administrative team in Lions history. A lot of truth to that. Hetman, just so you know, Dan, I will keep my thumbnail for the first game, then change it weekly. Fair enough, my friend. Fair enough. Dennis, can't wait. Go Lions. I agree. Hardy, what do you got there? Can you do a video comparing additions and subtractions this year over last year that we set on the roster wise? Question mark. So many people say we haven't improved, but with our second year stars and upgrades, I disagree. So just so you know, over the weekend, at least that's my anticipation, I'm going to do a breakdown of the NFC North. And then with that, also compares to some guys to the rest of the league. So I think that will kind of handle what you're, requesting. But let me know after you see the video. Man, anticipation, baby, 100%. Robert, creating competition for hungry journeyman wideouts on practice squad. Yes, he is. Lions bad guy, what I miss? Hey, you'll have to go back and rewind it, man. Too much to kind of rewind on my own. So, all right, guys, you guys know the drill. If you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. Making that march to, I think it's 7,700 subs. I mean, something like that. And we're 60 away. So if you can help out with that, that'd be great. Also, when you're checking out here, as we're ending the show, if you would be so kind, hit that thumbs up button, that like button, etc. Helps the channel out a lot. Last but not least, do something kind for somebody you don't know. Be a good human being. And we'll see you all on the next Lions Talk Live. If there is breaking news, I'll get it out today. See you guys.
Happy trails to you until we meet again.